As you can see here, I have the same program which we had seen just a moment ago. Here I have the hash include, which is a preprocessor to include the file stdio.h, and then hash define max underscore num 25, and here we have max underscore num. So when we build and run this program, when we run it, we see the value of max num is 25. Max num was the value that we displayed here, and here it shows 25. If we change this value, let's say we change it to 49, and we build it again and run, we see that it is 49. So this value is getting replaced here. Now how can this be useful? For one, this is not a variable. This value is replaced during runtime. So we are saving the space of the variable during runtime here. Now to see the other benefits, let's take some for loops. Alright, let's declare an index variable int I equals to 0, and I'll write a for loop. Say inside this for loop, I want to print the statement hello or hello world. I want to print the statement hello world 10 times here. And then in another for loop, here I want to print how are you. So when we run this program, we see that it has printed the statements. But now if I want to change the values, if I decide that I want to change it from 10 to 15 suppose, and this one I want to change it to 20 times, or 20 times. So what happens is, every time I have to manually go and find it in the code and change these values. Or it could be that I decide that both of them should run the equal number of times, 15. So I'll again build it and I'll run it and see that each of them are getting printed 15 times. Now again, if we want to change it for some reason, let's say we have 5 sensors today, and tomorrow the number of sensors are changing to 10. So we'll have to replace that value 5 everywhere in the program. Instead, what we can do is we can have a hash define value, hash define. We write max, say iterations, max iterations, and here we define 15. Now what we can do is we can just use this value max iterations and replace it here. One more thing is this number 15 that you see here, and similar numbers are also called magic numbers, because when we go through the program, we don't really know what this number stands for. But now if we look at it, the number 15 is replaced by a name, max iterations. So as a reviewer or as a developer, if I look into this program, I know that this loop is supposed to run for max iteration number of times. Now when we build it again, we see no errors and we are getting the same output here. Now if we want to change it from 15 to 10, we don't have to make the change at 2 places. We just change it to 10 at one place and that will get reflected everywhere else. So you see it got reflected here. We do not have to change it at 2 different places. Now here there are 2 different places. When the program gets very large, when the number of lines goes in thousands and tens of thousands, it becomes difficult to find out exactly where we have written that number. We might miss out at some places, like here if we had numbers, maybe we would have made a change here but we would have missed it here. That would have made it difficult for us to keep the program in sync. So that is why it is a good idea to use hash defines instead of numbers. One example for using it, let's say for number of sensors, could be we create one hash define number of sensors, and we mention it 5 here, and then we create an array of the sensors, int temp sensor, and we have 5 sensors now. So either we can mention 5 here, That will mean that we are creating an array of 5 sensors. But tomorrow if the program changes, if we include more number of sensors, we have to change it here, and let's say the number of sensors have increased to 10, we have to make it 10. Or we can write number of sensors. So now we don't have to change it here. This program won't change and we only have to make change at one place. So now we can iterate it in loop. For I equals to 0, I less than number of sensors, I plus plus. So do you see the benefit here now? Let's say what we are trying to read here is the temperature value in a loop. So temperature sensor I equals to read temperature, and we pass the sensor number I. So now tomorrow if the value changes to 10, if we mention only 5 here, let me mention 5 here. So I have to make the change at 2 places now. If my value gets changed to 10, so I have to change it to 10 here, and then I have to change it to 10 here. But instead, if I use this value number of sensors, I don't have to do these changes. Now again, it's only 2 places, but there can be multiple places also. Here we are declaring an array and we are reading the values. At some other place in the program, maybe we are calculating the average, or we are transmitting the signals one by one. So we will have the same number 10 everywhere. And any change in the number of sensors will force us to make the changes everywhere. But if we have the hash defined values, we just have to make the change at one place here, and during the pre-processing stage, the number of sensors will get replaced everywhere by 10. So that is the benefit of using hash define, and we should use it as much as we can because of this particular reason, that we don't have to make changes at multiple places. Hash defines are also used in conditional compilation, which we will see after discussing the C compilation process.